Hello students, I am teacher Svetlana and in our today's lecture we will learn about human evolution which is covered in the chapter Origin and Evolution of Life. Human evolution. Students, it has been traced that the human evolution appeared to have evolved from the tree-dwelling, shrew-like animals. This process began in Paleocene epoch. During this period, dwelling forests forced the arboreal mammals to adapt to life on land, and this descent must have been the driving force for the evolution of humans. You can have a look at this picture. It shows a stepwise transition in the process of evolution of humans. Students, have a look at this chart. You can see this is your class Mammalia. We have divided them into three categories, that is marsupials, monotremes and eutherians. Now, eutherians are the placental mammals. We belong to this category. If we come down this order, we come to hominidae, which include the great apes. And the great apes are further divided into three more categories. And you can see that gibbons, chimpanzees, and human beings are quite closely related to one another. So this chart helps us explain the close relationship of humans to chimpanzees and gibbons. Students, let us have a look at the major evolutionary trends in the transitions from ape to man. Special characteristics have been acquired by man in the course of evolution. Major changes that took place in the evolution of man include increase in the size and the complexity of brain and enhanced intelligence, increase in the cranial capacity, bipedal locomotions, opposable thumb, erect postures, shortening of the forelimbs and the lengthening of the hind limbs, development of chin, broadening of the pelvic girdles, development of the lumbar curvature, social and cultural development, which included articulated speech, art, development of tools, etc. Have a look at this picture. It summarizes whatever I have just mentioned. You can see our common ancestors. You can see the changes in the body. That is, you have the bipedal locomotion that was developed further, then the thumb became opposable, then we have the development of chin, the broadening of the pelvic girdles, you have the lumbar curvature which gives you the erect posture that has been developed. In this you can see the tools that were being developed during the course of evolution. Students, one of the most significant change in the process of evolution was the change in the cranial capacities of human. The cranial capacity of human beings increased over a period of time, and large size of frontal lobe helped in development of high forehead. Increase in intelligence necessitated physical development so that body and brain could be used effectively and productively. Freedom of the forelimbs for locomotion and the locomotory functions and opposable thumb led to better utilization of hands for holding objects effectively and development of motor skills. So the development of the limbs and the use of an opposable thumb helped the human to develop higher and better motor skills. And the most significant one, which I just told you, is the increase in the intelligence. Now, this increase in the intelligence was possible because of the increase in their cranial capacities. If you have a look at the chart, it shows you the images of the skull that were present in the ancestors and in the present day humans. So if you see the chart, you will see that the size of the skull, especially the forehead, is increasing in size over the period of time till you reach the current modern day, that is the Homo sapiens. This line here shows the cranial capacities in cubic centimeters, and you will see that the current human, that is the Homo sapiens, it lies somewhere between 1400 to 1500 cc's. So this gradual increase in the capacity also favored evolution by allowing the development of the intelligence of humans, and hence because of the development he could use effectively and productive use of the brain was done. So if we put together all the major changes, students, we can conclude that the bipedal locomotion, upright posture, coupled with stereoscopic vision, all this collectively helped the man to move around safely on land. So he could adapt for his life on land in the process of evolution. Students, with the help of this image, you can not only see the development or the increase in the cranial capacity over time, but also you can see the changes in the shape of the skull and the dentation, which changed over the period of time. So it is showing us the entire changes of the ancestral humans till date. So from the ancestors till date, you can see these changes. So increase in the size of the skull, the shape of the skull, and also the changes in the dentations are clearly visible in this chart. Students, the evolutionary history of man was traced with the help of fossil remains found over a period of time. These are also called as paleontological evidences. These are the available fossils like the skull, the mandibles, teeth, bones like the humerus, femur, and the stone implements. Also, the after the excavations, at various sites, the household of the ancient humans, their earthenwares, the tools that they used were all discovered, which were a proof of the evolutionary history of man. Now, some of our ancestors and their evolutionary history is shown in the form of a table. So let's have a look at that table. Students, have a look at this table here. This table is present in your textbook on page 114. You can see our ancestors that are being listed. The first one is your Diopithecus, then the Ramapithecus, then the Australopithecus, then Homo habilis, Homo erectus, the Neanderthal man, and the Homo sapiens. There are many more in between, but the most significant ones are being listed. Now we can see how the differences is put up. For example, the difference in their appearance, the Diopithecus were ape-like, Ramapithecus were a little bit man-like, Australopithecus were considered to be a connecting link between ape and man. Then the Homo habilis was also called as a handyman. It appeared like the handyman. Then you had Homo erectus, which was also called as the ape man. Then the Neanderthal man, advanced prehistoric man, and obviously the Homo sapiens are the modern man. Then here you have a list of the sites where their fossils were found. So this is the places where their first fossils of this particular category of humans were found. So like the Homo erectus were found in Java and Peking. So they are also called as the Java and the Peking man. Then the Neanderthal man was found in the Neanderthal Valley, Germany. So this is how are the places where they were found. Then here you can see the periods, that is the eras or the epoch in which they were found. Then we have the differences in their skeletal features, each and every difference that is there, especially with the development of the head, then the development of the shape of the skull, the jaws, the dentation, all that is described here. Then the next important difference is the posture. So it shows how eventually they developed an erect posture. And then the most important one, it shows the remarkable differences in their cranial capacity. In this table, you can see how gradually the cranial capacity has increased, which shows us the increase in the intelligence that took place over the period of time, which helped the man to evolve and use their objects, hold their objects effectively, develop their motor skills because of their changes in their body structure, and at the same time, since their intelligence was at peak, there was a lot of physical development which took place, so that both the body and brain could be used effectively and productively. So, and there are some special features also that are being listed in this table. So students, with the help of this table, if I want to put the human evolution in a nutshell, I would say about the major changes in the evolutionary development of man would be the first one being increase in the size and complexity of the brain and enhanced intelligence with increased cranial capacities. Then the second major change is the bipedal locomotion and erect postures. Then there was third important one, that is an opposable thumb, which made holding objects and developed or the fine motor skills that were required. Holding objects was possible. Then shortening of the forelimbs and lengthening of the hind limbs. Then we have development of a chin, which gave them a ornithogaseous face. Then we have broadening of the pelvic girdle, development of the lumbar curvatures, and the next important one is they had articulated speech, then art form, development of tools, and they had social and cultural development also. So this all puts together our human evolution. So students, although a great milestone is achieved in the process of evolution, our journey of evolution still continues. Thank you students for participating in this lecture. We will meet soon again with the next topic. Till then, take care, be safe and keep learning. Thank you.